Bill was born in Alaska, Anchorage, Alaska. He didn't finish his school. He went up to ninth grade, and most of his life he spent his life in orphan. That's what he told me. He grew up in an orphan, and there on he went on his own. Went to L.A. somewhere between 59 and 60. And he there, and his main role was musician. He played musician. Well, that's how I met him, through musician. And he also worked as a welder, and he was a counselor, and he was a journeyman. He used to work right there at Red Bluff. You all know where that is. And Bill liked to play a musician a lot. And he didn't want to go home. So he worked, I met him in L.A. in 1962, end of 62 in the middle, and we got married in 63. So I've been with him. He played a musician at night, and I work in the daytime. But it's been there for a while. I didn't really want to be in LA, so I came back, and he followed me back here and stay around here, float around me here. Well, there's so much more to say there, but most of you people know Bill Watson. And he come around and see me sometimes. My daughter Eleanor has the utility. I'd like to be story, but she's not here, so I will say that he was born in 1940 in Anchorage, Alaska, and he passed away. When did he pass away? February 16. My mother is trying to handle. It's kind of hard for her. But you know, she's human. She learned everything she knows. And her personality came from my dad, because when she came off the reservation, she didn't know how to smile and stuff, and she was constantly serious. So my dad turned around and told her how to speak her English and how to be, not to take it hard, because sometimes she didn't know a person was being rude when they were just being humorous. So he told her they're only humorous to her and to take a joke and stuff. And, my dad was from Juneau, Alaska. He was born in Anchorage, and he was also a projectionist, and he loved fishing. I remember times he used to take us fishing. It was like our home on the weekends. And Mom was always afraid to go deep sea fishing, even though she did go a few times and was afraid the sharks would come. But we have a lot of good memories with Dad. And I remember when they used to always gather us up together and go to the parks and stuff. And my dad was a good father.
When they met, he was playing, and she was sitting at the table, and he asked her to dance, and of course she was hesitant. And it was kind of funny because I think there was a time where my aunt was with her, and at that time, it was before they started going to church, and my aunt lost her eyelash. And she thought it was a spider. Mom was stepping all over the ladies' room.
Oh,
and
no.
She said, "Ah, your eyelash." And he had special songs and used to sing to her in front of everybody. And he used to dance with her, and he was a very good husband and a father. There's a lot of things to remember. I remember we, on the weekends, we have barbecues all the time, and our main dish at home was always seafood, all different types of seafood. We never grew up on mutton, hamburger, or anything like that. It was always octopus, abalone, or bonita, or something. And so Mom became a chef and making homemade fish sticks. Every time we'd have barbecues, I remember her and Uncle Vince used to pick her up and throw her in the swimming pool, in our swimming pool. They would have water fights and stuff. And, my father was very humorous, and he was very loving, kind person, very stern, very straight, very forward, but very loving and caring. And he never really wanted to bother anyone because he knew that sometimes they didn't want to be bothered. But he really did love and care, and asked about all of you. He asked about all of you. Every time I saw him, how's the family, the room, the relatives. How's everyone doing at Red Bluff when I was over there selling tamales and burritos? He asked, how was everyone at church, the Wilson family, everybody here, he asked about you. How's the church going? And tell him to say hello, send my love. And that way he's praying on that side for everybody here. He never forgot neither one of you. And I don't see Harold, no. That was his buddy, 006 3/4, he used to call him.
Oh.
And he was 007, and Harold was 006 3/4. But he had a lot of nicknames for everybody. And there was someone here that he called Half Pine. I can't remember who it was. Who was that? Anyway, but he loved every one of you very much, and he has, I left a list here. He has 12 grandchildren.
We have 17 grandchildren. Great grandchildren. Yeah, that's a lot.
So we got a lot of little Bill Watsons running around here.
Oh.
And Isabels. But he survived he has an immediate sister. Her name's Julie Coppow. She couldn't make it. She sends her apologies. She is trying to get here, but fun-wise, her daughter had an emergency in California. But she will be here. He has a brother, my Uncle John Watson, who is in Juneau, Alaska. He's the oldest. And he has a sister, Betty, but she passed on. Betty Watson and his sister Elsie Watson. She passed on. And then my dad is the second to the youngest. Julie's the youngest, who's in Nevada now. Or she may be on her way or here. But he was second to the youngest, and I know he was loved very much. He told me about his family and how good they were to him. But when his foster parents passed away, he found his real father. His name is William James Watson Sr. Looks just like him. And his mother's name is Mary Hanson Watson. She's also Tlingit. Our grandfather's part Russian and Tlingit, and my grandma's full Tlingit. Most of our family on his side are in Juneau, Alaska, Anchorage, and mostly in the Alaska area. And on my mother's side, her family's, some of them are here, relatives, and some are Socorro, Alamo area. But he was a very humorous man, as I said. And when he stuck to himself, he wasn't sticking to himself, but he gave everyone their privacy, a little bit of him, to show that he respected them. But he loved everybody very much, very, very much. And he always talked about Tammy working for her at Red Bluff and missing everyone there, and wanted to go back to work, but his health wouldn't permit it. But we have so many memories of him. And I remember I used to cry after my dad all the time, more than my mom. I don't know why. When I was small. He used to call me Silk Pup, because I used to clap my hands like a silk pup when they see him walk in. But he said I used to wrap my arms around his leg and hide his shoes from him so he wouldn't take off to work. And I used to hide him way under the bed, I remember, or inside the couch. And then when he would leave, I would grab his leg and he'd drag me. My mother had to pull me off of him and my late brother Randy. And but I still remember a lot of, we never really had bad times. He was always there. My mother was always there. I will let you know that he always had a special part of everyone here, even though he never really saw you. He said you were all of his family, and he couldn't drive anybody or anything because of his health, but he loved all of you very much, and he always kept you in his prayers, and never forgot you, never forgot anyone here. And he would always say, just tell him I said hello and I'm doing fine. But one thing I know, when I seen him at the hospital, he said to everyone know that he's okay, he's happy, he made his peace with God, and to smile, because he smiled with you back at you, and for all of us to go to church, because he's going to be a witness in those clouds for us. And to love one another, not to argue and fight. And anything that he was hurt by, he forgives everyone. Or anything. But he said love one another and help one another. And be strong with one another and stick together as a family, whether you're in-laws or not, or you're in the family. We gotta love one another and stick together.